This is literally a piece of art when it comes to strictness and PHP. We force HTTPS, force safe consoles. Listen, Nuno Gura is probably the only starter kit in the PHP industry that comes with this level of strictness. Super important. It will save your life, trust me. We don't have abstract controllers. People love your opinions, people love your opinions. You don't have to do any type of bullshit. It really just works. What's up, Nuno Nation? It's Nuno here, and just a reminder that only 50% of you are actually subscribers of this channel. So if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to subscribe my channel, and now enjoy the video. If you don't know my own starter kit, you probably should. We are talking about PHPStan level max. We're talking about past PHP with 100% code coverage and 100% type coverage. We're talking about Reactor PHP in Pint that will ensure all the privatization you can ever get in your entire life. This is literally a piece of art when it comes to strictness and PHP. Bam, bam, boom. This starter kit is probably the only starter kit in the PHP industry that comes with this level of strictness when it comes to tooling in PHP. Okay? PHP have evolved a lot. Since 20 years ago, PHP have received innumerous tooling that it really just works and make this language one of the best languages in the world. And running this tooling is actually super easy. The only thing you have to do is go to your console, just like that, and you type composer lint. Now, when you type composer lint, a lot of things will happen, and in fact, you are running 3 tools at the same time. One of them is Pint, but you are not only running Pint, you are running Pint in parallel, which is crazy fast. On top of that, you are running Reactor PHP. So if you have something that should be refactored, Reactor PHP will do that for you. But we also have npm run lint, which will run ESLint behind the scenes. So you have your project fully styled with composer lint, and really just something else we have is the possibility of running type coverage. If you don't know type coverage yet, you should probably be using in 2025. And with this starter kit, it's actually super easy. You just come here and type composer test coverage, or actually test type coverage. Okay, so you run this, and the way it goes is that it goes to your project, to every single line you have in your project, and it checks if you are using types in all of them. And I can show you an example and potentially open this provider's app service provider. Let's remove this void, for example, okay? So I remove the void, I run composer test type coverage, and what will happen is that past PHP will tell you, wait a second, this is kind of below expected, return type line 22 with untyped code, okay? So what we can do is just go there real quick, add the void once again, run composer type coverage, and it really works as expected. Once again, we have a nice green message, and obviously we have this 100% type coverage, which is super important, okay? Now, this is type coverage, but of course, you also want to test the actual code, and that happens within this section called tests unit. This is super simple. Basically, if you type composer test unit, this will run your entire test suite, but not only that, we'll also ensure that you have 100% code coverage, okay? Not a lot of people are a fan of code coverage. I'm a big fan of code coverage. I think it's insanely important to have your lines of code being tested. And some people will tell you it's not that important. It is important, okay? That's totally bullshit. Just ignore that, people, and listen to me. Listen, Nuno good. And of course, we have PHPStan. PHPStan, TypeScript of PHP. You guys know that. One of the most important things in the planet. You just have to go here and type composer test types. This will run PHPStan. Level max, which is important. So if we were to do something like this, a equals to 1 plus Nuno, doesn't make any fucking sense. You are literally adding an integer to a string. Even PHP Storm is complaining about that right now. So if we run composer test, there is actually 3 errors that PHPStan detected. The first one is that foo is unused. And of course, on line 29, which is right here, we are trying to add 1 to a string, which will result in an error, is a binary operation that is invalid. Okay, so this is PHPStan, super safe, super clean, and also ships by default on my own starter kit. Bam, bam, boom. And finally, we have this section at the end, which aggregates all the previous testing. So all the previous sections we have here will run on the single composer test, which is being used by the CI already. So if I go here and I clean my terminal like that, and I go all the way top and I type composer test, this will just run the entire thing. We'll run linting, we'll run type coverage, we'll run testing types, will run code coverage, will run the entire test suite, and you can use this in your CI, which is exactly what we are doing. If you go to test.yaml file, this is what runs at the very end. Okay, and you just have to type composer test. You don't have to go to the vendor directory. You don't have to do any type of bullshit. It really just works. It really just works. Besides type coverage and code coverage that comes by default in past PHP, you also leverage architectural testing. And this is probably one of the most underrated features on past PHP because you get so much out of this. Let me show you. So here we come with 3 presets by default. We have the PHP preset, we have the strict preset, and the security preset. So let's do something really stupid. Let's basically go here and have this eval. Eval is bad, chat, okay? Eval is super bad. So what happens if I run past PHP? Check this beauty. Here we go, one failed test. Let's go all the way top and see. Eval is not supposed to be used within the app service provider. This is something failed on the preset security. Super unsafe, super unsafe. We have the security preset for the eval stuff like that. We have the strict preset, which will ensure final classes, read-only stuff, and all that cool things. And we have the PHP preset, which will ensure you are not using outdated features of PHP. But something else you can do with, and I actually mean with, architectural testing is that you can define rules in your project. One example is this one. I expect all my controllers not to be used elsewhere because they're literally HTTP layer based. So they are never meant to be used outside of the HTTP layer. So it's just one example of architectural testing. We also comes with a bunch of opinions regarding the way you should structure your app. Now, I'm a big thinker. I like to think a lot. But something I really like is keeping the Laravel default structure. Okay, so we do follow the Laravel default structure. We have our models folder, we have our providers folder, and we have our HTTP controllers. However, we come with a bunch of opinions. People love your opinions, people love your opinions. So let me show you one of the first opinions we have. We think you should follow an architecture based on actions, okay? The action pattern, we talked about that multiple times, is the best pattern in the world, the action pattern, So basically, we have this folder specifically for that too. Now, we have a specific folder for enums. You guys love enums. I love enums too. By the way, enums can have methods and multiple things, so you can place your enums here, okay? We also come with the HTTP controllers, but we come with the best feature ever. We don't have abstract controllers. Come on, chat. I want to clap. I want to clap just because of that. Not having the abstract controller is just the best feature in the entire world. No abstract controller. You can just have your controllers right here displayed beautifully without extending anything whatsoever, chat. Anything whatsoever. Something we also have is models. Everyone loves models, right? Models for the win. However, these models comes with a bunch of opinions. Not only models, but in general, all the code comes with a bunch of opinions. One of them is this: declared strict types. In chat, in 2025, doing PHP, not using this, why? No reason, okay? This is absolutely type safety in the PHP world, so be sure every single file you have in your source code needs to have this, okay? Let's go all the way down. Let's talk about final classes. Ooh, final classes. I know that everyone have a different opinion about final classes. I typically love them just to be annoying, basically. People are like, why are you doing that? And I'm doing it because I can. So final classes, you kind of prevent a little bit inheritance with this. So people will not extend your class. You are kind of making a point with this. You shouldn't extend this anyway. So final classes, this is coming as well by default. And models cannot be read-only, but every single class you will find on this project will be read-only too. Now let's go all the way top and talk a little bit about this property read. Now, all the models we'll find on this project will come with property read annotations. This literally points to the column on the database, but also to the current type being casted to. As an example, the EID will be an integer, the name will be a string, and the email verified at might be a Carbon instance or null if cannot find any. So all of the columns will be fully typed here. So if you were to use them yourself, it will just work. Nice auto completion. Even AI will understand this better. Now, if we go all the way down, we see the usage of a trait on a generic way. So fully typed traits being used here. And same goes with types themselves. If you see a type, will be fully generic using the PHPStan greatest and latest features, okay? This is models on my own starter kit. Looks beautiful in my opinion. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Besides models, of course, everyone loves providers, and we have the regular app service provider that comes with Laravel, but with strict types on top, final classes, and empty register and boot methods. Now, I want to talk why this register and boot methods are totally empty. The reason they are empty is because we are using behind the scenes something called Laravel Essentials. It's this package that is absolutely awesome to make your Laravel app even more strict. Let me show you. I'm going to go all the way down into this Laravel Essentials package, which is being included on my own starter kit. And what this does, it just gives better defaults to your Laravel apps. So your models will be strict by default. They will be automatically eager loaded in terms of relations. We use immutable dates by default too, so no mutable dates ever will be found in your source code, and more, and more. We force HTTPS, we force safe console, so you won't be able to refresh your database in production. Super important, chat, super important. It will save your life, trust me. We also have prevent stray requests on your test suite. We fake the sleep thing. A bunch of goodness coming out of Laravel Essentials. By the way, chat, is everyone using Laravel Essentials at the moment? Write on the chat if you have tried Laravel Essentials. And if not, what the heck are you waiting for? Honestly. Right. Let's go all the way down and talk about services. Now, it's interesting about this. It's interesting because the way Povillas have pitched services is a little bit different from the way I pitch services, okay? Again, the actions folder will be for mutations in your system. So every single time you have a create article or an update article, you place within action. And within services, in my opinion, you place classes that interact with external providers. They are external services in some way. So within this folder, what you can do is just place here things like, email provider, or potentially the weather API. So everything that interacts with an external service, you will be placing here and then inject in other places through dependency injection to actually use these services, okay? Typically by default, if you start an app with Laravel, it comes with unit testing and feature testing. If you use my starter kit, it comes with something else, call it browser testing. So browser testing believes on or sits on top of past v4, and you can see a very small example is ready to go. You just type vendor bin past and it will just run. So the way it goes with browser testing, you just type visit and you type the page you want to visit on, and then you get the page and you will start to see certain text on it. So it really just works. Browser testing by default on this starter kit too. This starter kit comes by default with Laravel Boost. If you haven't used Laravel Boost already, it's literally this project that comes with Laravel specific rules for AI development. If I jump into this, you will see this guidelines.md. This comes by default with all the Laravel Boost guidelines. So all the AI rules you need to make your Laravel development the most productive development in the entire world are right here. Your AI will use Tinker when it needs, will use the database query tool when it needs, will literally use everything on top of his fingertips, including browser logs. How cool this is. Something else this starter kit also has is CI workflows. As you may well know, super important to run your CI before you ship something to production. Insanely important. You guys know that. Super, super, super important. Now, this starter kit comes with a very special CI because it allows you to do a bunch of things. Besides running all the tool we love, and I'm talking about, past PHP, PHPStan, Rector, also comes with caching for those tools. This is super important when you have a CI and you want to make the CI as faster as possible. I'm going to give you an example. Rector PHP and PHPStan, these are slow tools, especially on the CI with limited resources. These tools will be slow. Now, what we have here on this starter kit is a PHPStan cache section, which will literally avoid having your PHPStan running for 5 minutes, and it will just take a couple seconds because we cache things locally on this workflow. Same goes with Rector PHP. And by the way, then we run the entire test suite, including your browser tests. So that section specifically for past is browser testing is equally here, okay? So CI for the win, and especially CI through GitHub Actions, which is absolutely awesome for CI workflows, okay, chat? Okay.